Pops, are you ready to try a live, not so much review, but a live reaction to
Sure, because
Spider-Man
I've
India?
I will tell you, and I don't know if I think I messaged you that I really enjoyed that last time we did that. We done this a couple of times. It's fun. Have a fun time doing that with you.
Me too. I had a great time.
I'm hoping they even tell me what Earth it is because his Earth has like I don't know, like 5 letters, like 5 numbers. It's like Earth, 50,000 and something somethings or whatever. So I don't
Is
even know what
it?
Earth
Wow,
he's
you know a
on.
lot more than me. Yeah, it's not Beverly Hills
Yeah.
90210, is it? Those numbers.
It's kind of like that though. It's Earth. It's Earth something like that. Yeah, I don't even know. So
Is that showing up on the screen? Because I'm just checking the cover. Is that showing up on the StreamYard? Yeah.
yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. And so that's thunder rumbling in the background. Hopefully, it's not too loud. So we got Spider-Man India. We can't really see his costume. It looks like the normal costume, but you've got what would you say, a sash around his waist. You've got the Alibaba or Aladdin slippers, a little bit of a curled toe to them.
Yeah, they're Spider-Man slippers. He's got little spider slippers on,
It's pretty awesome.
and then he's
So
got the sash and his hands. So his hands are exposed. Okay.
his hands, oh yeah. If you don't look at the hands, his top half could be, the regular, almost a regular Spider-Man outfit if you cover up the bottom half. Interesting. Okay, and first of all, Pops, the colours of this cover, are they catching your eye with the pastels? The
Oh,
pastels that are popping
you
out
know
there.
how I love those pinks, purples, and baby blues. Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go, let's go in. So it's written by, I'm sorry about butchering names, but Nikesh Shukla, and it's got pencils by Abhishek Malsuni and, Scott Hanna on inks. I've seen his name popping up a lot on inks these days. Okay. The name is not Peter Parker, it's Paviter Pravharkar. So here we go, page 1. Earth 616, East Village, New York. And this is our Peter Parker Spider-Man, isn't it?
Yeah, 616 would be us. Yes.
He's sat down. He's about to have some food when suddenly the food disappears, and it looks like, is that Miles Morales Spider-Man comes flying
Yeah, it
through
looks
it.
like they fell through like a portal, maybe.
Whoosh! There's a whoosh sound. Okay, we see Peter firing his web. Oh no! Now it's the Spider-Man from India, and now we've got a Mysterio Pops with three bulbous heads.
So is a portal? Okay, so I'm again, we're not totally clear on what's happening here. So
I'm
Peter's
not
going to have a
no idea.
snack, and then
Yeah,
a
let's go
portal
back and
opens
see.
up, and we throw 2 or 3 Spider-Man through it, and then Indian Spider-Man's coming through, and then the Mysterio with like the 3 heads comes through,
It
and
looks
he's
like it.
chasing India Spider-Man. Okay.
He says, India Mysterio says, "I've always wanted brothers." So it's a joke about the 3 heads, and he's got multiple arms as well, like a classic
Mhm.
Indian god, an Indian deity from the past. Okay, and Spider-Man's making a joke saying traffic was terrible. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's our Spider-Man, isn't it? And
Yes.
then
Go back up to the Mysterio though, because yeah, right there, because he says like culture appropriation could be so terrifying.
I missed that.
Yeah, so that's the line right there by the India Spider-Man. That's actually kind of funny. I'm okay with that, with the 3 heads and the multiple arms and the shenanigans going on there. That's actually fine.
Yeah, it's
But
having
yeah,
a little bit of a joke at the writer, at the what they're doing with the issue and the characters. That is good. Okay, so as I say, we get the regular Spider-Man and we get Spider-Man of India. We're not sure who's who, but Spider-Man of India is making a joke about Mumbai. Come to Mumbai,
Mhm.
you'll see real traffic. Okay, so basically, Pops, to put it simply, it's a fight, isn't it? We've had 2 Spider-Men come through a portal to join Peter Parker in Earth 616, and they're fighting this culturally appropriated Mysterio.
Yep. So
And then we jump.
Miles, because that's Miles on the left. Sorry, yeah, that was Miles. Now Miles is, yeah, Miles on the left here, and then on the when you go to the food, that we're gonna sit and talk about it.
We're going to jump cut to later, and they're in a cafe,
We're gonna
aren't we?
eat some food.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
we've
we
got
want
Peter
after a
Parker,
battle.
Indian Spider-Man, and Miles.
Yeah. So Peter's talking about Mysterio being a three-headed Mysterio. That's a new one. Your Earth is so eventful, Pete. And then thanks for helping out. Is it how do we say his name? Paviter?
I think so. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Paviteer, I'd
Paviter.
guessed.
Okay.
How did Mysterio transform like that?
He's supernatural gotta he stole, Miles. Whoa, like Mjolnir? Yeah, you don't want that in Mysterio's hands. Okay.
No idea what a supernatural Gada is, but we get the reference to Mjolnir. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is again like you were saying earlier with the kind of looks like an Indian god with multiple heads and multiple arms and things like that. Actually, yeah, that was all fine. It's all serviceable stuff here, and them talking about it. I just wish this conversation was not happening over like food. They were standing over the captured version of Mysterio. That would
Yeah.
have been that's the normal comic book world that we grew up with. Would this all this entire conversation would be happening while he's all webbed up upside down or something in the street. So we don't even know where he is. What happened to Mysterio? We don't even know. We don't know.
I know there was a severe jump cut from the fight, in the middle of the fight. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to win to later in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to get a few pages of talk in the cafeteria now. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Oh, wait a minute! This caught my eye here, Pops, because I did do a very quick scan before we started recording. We've got here that Peter's giving advice to the Indian Spider-Man. He's saying, remember, there's a person under the mask. You are not Spider-Man, you are Pavitir. And Pavitir is Spider-Man. Interesting. Is that a
Interesting,
reference
is
to
right.
the Miles Morales is not really Spider-Man? He's Miles Morales kind of, argument that's been going on for a long time on social media.
Whoa, this is interesting. The whole back and forth here is definitely a little bit on the nose here because it is followed up with Bobbatier saying, "Well, my uncle Bim said it takes a community to make a hero." So it's not the with great power with power comes responsibility type. And exactly, if you have community, you're never alone. Again, that's advice I don't always take myself. And then it's more like Indian. He believed in Siva, the selfless service to the community. He said good people. So it's almost like I don't know. I don't understand why we had to have this over like food. Like it's like one page of action, and then we cut to two full pages of them discussing all this the way they do. Anyway,
As you said, it would have been better if they'd been like kind of talking, licking their wounds after defeating or, subduing Mysterio.
yeah, and then having food right there, like literally, like Peter was having a snack before the Mysterio battle, so it would have been kind of funny to have all this taking place with Mysterio all webbed up in the background, and then like, all right, we're gonna have a snack, and they're chatting about, well, it's kind of weird having a three-headed guy. Yeah, your Earth is really kind of eventful. Here, another one, Miles. Give him another little sandwich or whatever it is. And like they're just like very casually joking and stuff. While the juxtaposition is all of this street chaos is around them or whatever. So. All right, well, we're going to jump to his Earth. There you go,
Yeah,
50,101.
you had the number. How did you know that? That's amazing, Paul. It's 50101, Mumbai, India.
Mm-hmm.
21 million people in this city. I can't save them all. I don't know why I do this. So we got him questioning himself. And he mentions his uncle again, saying he would tell me I have no choice. And then we get I'm hungry. So we got another reference to food in the first 5 or 6 pages. There's a lot of food, Pops.
Mm-hmm. That seems to be very consistent with modern books and stuff. So then it's just kind of like a montage of his life, right? Trying to balance the girlfriend, getting some food. Looks like a Scott is supposed to be school. Then
Mute myself. You take it with this page.
he's he's webbing some robbers. He's stopping a burglary robbery, and then he's back with serving the community at the bottom of the page. So yeah, that's fine. It's all just understanding Puppeteer and his life, and very similar to what we're used to with Peter. So all of that is fine. I don't think there's anything sort of out of bounds. Yeah, I mean but I find there's action in the beginning, like in the fight scene in the beginning when he's taking on conflict, and then there's action when he's grabbing the robbery. So you see the guns are being webbed away. It's service. I'm going to call this serviceable because a lot of what they're doing for is action, a little bit of story. Action, back to story, like all that's fine. So again, what I said earlier about the way they handled their food conversation earlier could have been done in a way that would have been more palatable instead of just seeing 3 guys just standing around chatting. There's really nothing interesting about that. This at least is done faster. The pace is faster. So
yeah, it's a good point.
Oh,
okay, and I like the way it's kind of showing this street level. This is the street level version of Spider-Man in India. So you got the contrast between the 3-headed Mysterio, and now it's like, look, this is his friendly neighborhood in Mumbai. Okay, let's go on. So we've got him back home now, and it looks like either his mother or grandmother is cooking food. Here's the food again, Pops. What is going on?
Lots of food in this issue. Yeah, this is his equivalent of Aunt May. She's talking about MJ. They're talking about being she's in college and talking about family stuff.
Oh wow,
Maya
there's an
Auntie.
MJ in this one too. In
That's
the
the
Spider-Man
girlfriend.
India.
The girlfriend's nickname is MJ. Her name is something else. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
remember what it is, but it's same. It's similar parallels, right? So she'll go by MJ, and it's
nice.
similar to being Aunt
So,
May. She's Maya Auntie. So again, trying to be culturally aligned with his life. And then instead of Oscorp, it's Giri Core,
Giri Core.
Core, and then it's just packing food going off there. And then I guess this is his friend. It sounds very familiar. And for folks at home wondering, there is a storm where Gray is, so he is a little garbled on my end. I don't know if you guys are hearing that on your end or not. I am hearing that. So, it's just
Oh no, I didn't know
like,
that.
yeah, you're a little garbled, we were making you out just in case it comes. I don't know what the final product will be, because sometimes with StreamYard, you don't know which side is which. I get it where I'll hear it on my side, but then when the final product is downloaded, it sounds perfectly okay. But you are having some weather issues over there, brother. So it could be a little bit of that. But I don't think there's anything that we've missed or anything that kind of got lost. Basically, obviously, the parallels here is that this is the equivalent. Dr. Kumar is the equivalent. Okay. It's very on the nose because his name is actually Dr. Kushal B. Kumar. So very similar to what we're going for with Kurt Connors, right? So something that sounds very alliterative. So that makes sense. Working on reptilian brain work and connections to our brains, to reptiles, can lead to something remarkable. Triggering our reptile brains can access our primal selves. We can be the best version of ourselves, unstoppable forces of nature. And of course, there he is. Privateer asks a question. How does one brain know what the other wants? Let's see where we're at. We are so now. Again, I don't get this thing with the comics now. And we went years of our life where if there was a curse word, and it is censored out, it was so rare. It was so rare to have someone curse. Like I just read, we were doing Spider-Man like 248 or something back. I mean, it's obviously decades ago. And it was like one comment that was supposed to be belittling the person cursing in traffic, because Spider-Man's done something that's inconvenienced everyone in traffic. And it was something like that, where he's basically saying, traffic. And it's like, well, now people just talk this way. So yeah, it's these bleep rolls downhill. The smell still rises up to the top because he hates the city. Like he just hates his people. There's two people standing around sneering, and then we're going to cut to the next page with them just continuing to talk. Nothing. It's supposed to be something. Yeah. So then we finally get a little bit of something that's going to transform, because he basically transforms.
What's happening here? What's going on with him?
He's mutating. This is why the slum's still there. We need to break ground on Liberty Complex. I want this hub up and running in 6 months. We are close to being world leaders, technological advances. The residents are refusing to move. Giri Sahab. They say that Spider-Man protects them. They're too scared to do anything else. Well, then we get rid of Spider-Man. I'm head of the 7th floor. So I guess this is a completely different character than the Doctor. So this is someone else who can transform into this sort of larger version. I don't know if we're going for Kingpin or what we're trying to parallel to, but that intimidating person who sneers down at the people, take advantage of them. I feel more like they were trying to go for this is Peter's version of like a Kingpin type character. I'm not sure that's the best analogy, but it's the best one I have at the moment. Then we're into the Kurt Connors lab, basically. And it's basically just him showing off the lizard. You see some monitors and stuff in the different cages. And he's basically asking all the right questions about what am I looking at. And then at the bottom on the left there, it says, we as society have been beaten down by concepts like community and inclusion. When do we get to put ourselves first? So this is someone who's very anti-community and inclusion and wants to be very self-centered, I guess. Peter says, Avatir says, that's a very binary way of seeing the world, Doc. Such a big mouth for such a small boy. So this scientist is kind of a jerk. So it's not as I don't know. I never got that impression from Kirk Connors. I think he just wanted to heal his arm. So anyway, so then it kind of moves into more interaction. Um, I'm just a regular kid, Dr. Kumar, who finds all this stuff. Geary Core, the guy's trying to evict my entire neighborhood. The Liberty Complex is the future of this city. Why do you sleep on progress? I said, well, where else will I sleep if I have no home? And then he kind of attacks him. Sleep is a good idea. And he puts this mask over him, presumably to knock him out. So I don't know if they're trying. He's going to use the machine on him.
He is. Wow, I didn't see that coming. He's quite aggressive, this doctor, isn't he?
Yeah, this went sideways very quickly. Actually, not what I expected, like at all. And clearly, he doesn't know anything about Peter's, real strength, so this probably would not be a good idea. Sun Science needs valiant test subjects like you. No, he is who he is. He's like, no, I want society to not be so inclusive and care about themselves. I want to think about myself, and I don't think you need to stand in the way of progress. I don't care where you sleep, and I'm going to experiment on you. You know how hard. And he says how hard it is to get human subjects these days. I'm like, okay. Wow. And then he's like, why can't I move? I gave you a mild muscle relaxer, a heavy dose, but a mild relaxer. Do you know what your problem is? Abakar? I guess that's his last name. Being paralyzed in an evil scientist's lab? Because you don't know your full potential. Because I know. What's college about helping? Find my potential and prefer that trajectory to, this. So I guess he's holding up the monitor, going to close it in. And then you have the experimentation that's coming. And zappy. And Peter's getting zapped.
It's working. He's saying.
It's working. It's working. Yep. Now we go to Geary Core. A few moments ago. I assume this is the MJ. You forgot. This is like the newspaper. Geary Core, because it says you forgot the hyphen. He is Spider-Man with a hyphen. He's not Rajiv Spider-Man. Thanks, Nina. Just remember to use my style guide. I made it for a reason. What on earth are we talking about here? I guess this is like the writing in the editor's office or something. It's supposed to be the newspaper.
Around. Yeah.
I thought Geary Core was the evil Oscorp, so I may have been way off base in my first assumption. I'm really confused. It sounds like this is the newspaper. This is the Daily Bugle. But yeah, Peter emerges. Are you okay, Dr. Kumar? God, I hope you're okay. Dr. Kumar, can't see him anywhere. We just see lizards. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, that's good. I like that close up on the face right there of the lizard. That's good. That's fine. Huh. Well, again, I don't know, is it made for little kids or not? But that seems like the perfect kind of book to get them into their Spider-Man. Like this seems more like a digestible, amazing Spider-Man, for younger folks than some of the other stuff we've been getting lately.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Let me stop sharing and see how I sound, Pops. Have I come okay?
You sound better already.
Oh, good. That was strange. Because it sounded fine on my end. We both sound okay, but as you say, you never know what's going to happen. With it not being live, we might be okay. We're just recording.
Sure.
I can't seem to stop sharing the... Okay, done it. There we go. I enjoyed that. Thanks. Actually, seriously, that really surprised me. We're being a bit sarcastic, but I had more fun with that than having quite a lot of the recent Amazing Spider-Man issues, the official ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like it's a much more digestible Spider-Man introduction and story, like to jump in. This is your Spider-Man. This is how things operate. I thought it was a little confusing in the beginning with the portal and how we threw Miles and Peter into the mix, and we didn't quite understand exactly how all that was working. And I wish that scene had been done a little bit differently. That's my biggest criticism with it, was like, hey, guys, that would have worked so well if you had sort of like this gag of, with Peter, them talking back and forth about it all, and Peter being like, are you taking this thing with me? You can't leave this three-headed... I got my own Mysterio to deal with. I don't need your three-headed thing.
You should have had him hanging or swinging in the background, as you say, webbed up. That would have been cool.
All of that would have seemed like a better way to give us that information. But when we got to his universe and his story, all of that was a fine little origin, little piece there. I'm good with all that, so...
There were a few too many jump cuts, weren't there? It was a little bit like, where are we now? We're suddenly over here, and when we were a minute ago, we were there a little bit. But no, as a storytelling, like comic book storytelling, I thought it was pretty decent. It surprised me, and it was having a laugh at itself. It was, being self-aware at times.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It seemed like it was good. Actually, pretty good.